Hello. Are you ready for today's lesson? In this video, we will learn how to divide fractions. But first, we need to understand what a reciprocal is. Reciprocal means multiplicative inverse. It is one of a pair of numbers that when multiplied together is equal to 1. So how do we get the reciprocal of a number? Let's have this example. To get the reciprocal of 3/5, we need to interchange the position of the numerator and the denominator. And that gives us 5/3. 5/3 is a reciprocal of 3/5 since just as what the definition says, when we multiply 3/5 to 5/3, that is equal to 15/15 or 1. Again, 5/3 is the reciprocal of 3/5 and it follows that 3/5 is the reciprocal of 5/3. Let's try another example. To get the reciprocal of 7/9, remember, we just have to flip the fraction, meaning we interchange the position of the numerator and the denominator. So, the reciprocal of 7/9 is 9/7. But how about if we have a mixed number like 2 and 1/3? To get the reciprocal of a mixed number, we have to rewrite it first into an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So, we'll have 7/3. Now, let's flip this 7/3. That gives us 3/7. Therefore, the reciprocal of 7/3 is 3/7. This time, let's try to get the reciprocal of a whole number. Recall that all whole numbers can be expressed as fractions. All we need to do is place it over a denominator of 1. So, this whole number 5 can be rewritten as 5/1. Flipping 5/1 gives us 1/5. Therefore, the reciprocal of 5 is 1/5. Now that we know what a reciprocal is, and how to find the reciprocal of a number, let's start dividing fractions. To divide 2/3 by 1/2, we need to get the reciprocal of the divisor and change the operation to multiplication. Then, we follow the rules in multiplying fractions. To easily remember these steps, we may use the mnemonic CMF. C is for copy the dividend. Now, recall that dividend is the number being divided, or in the division sentence, it is the first number. So, let's copy 2/3. Next, we have M, which means we change division to multiplication. And finally, F means flip the divisor to get the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/2 is 2/1. Now, we have 2/3 times 2/1. 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 1 is 3. That gives us 4/3. Since this is an improper fraction, we regroup. 4 divided by 3 is 1 with a remainder of 1. Therefore, we have 1 and 1/3. Next example, 3/6 divided by 3 equals n. Again, let us use the mnemonic CMF. C is for copy the dividend, which is 3/6. M for change division to multiplication. And F for flip the divisor to get the reciprocal. Remember, every whole number can be expressed as a fraction by putting it on top of a denominator 1. So, when we flip it, that gives us 1/3. Or you can just remember that the reciprocal of a whole number is always 1 over the whole number. We now have 3/6 times 1/3. 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 times 3 is 18. Thus, 3/6 divided by 3 is 3/18. 3 and 18 have a common factor other than 1, so we can simplify this fraction. Both 3 and 18 are divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 18 divided by 3 is 6. So, for our final answer, we have 1/6. Let's have our third example. To divide 5 by 3/4. Again, let's follow the mnemonic CMF. Copy the dividend, which is 5, change division to multiplication, and flip the divisor 3/4, which gives us 4/3. We now have 5 times 4/3. 5 times 4 is 20. Then we copy the denominator 3. 20/3 is an improper fraction. So let us regroup. 20 divided by 3 is 6 with a remainder of 2. Therefore, 5 divided by 3/4 is 6 and 2/3. For our last example, we have 2 and 1/5 divided by 1 and 1/6. Now, remember that in dividing fractions, all mixed numbers should be rewritten first into improper fractions. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So, we have 11 over 5. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So, we have 7 over 6. Now, let's follow our mnemonic CMF. Copy 11 over 5, change division to multiplication, and flip 7 over 6, which gives us 6/7. 11 times 6 is 66. 5 times 7 is 35. 66 over 35 is an improper fraction, so let us regroup. 66 divided by 35 is 1, with a remainder of 31, so we now have 1 and 31 over 35. Therefore, 2 and 1/5 divided by 1 and 1/6 is 1 and 31 over 35. Should you have any questions related to the topic discussed in this video, comment them down below. I will try to respond to you as soon as possible.